Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Happy Sunday. It's your boy Soto here with the Autumn Windbags, rolling solo today. Gonna give my thoughts on the Raiders preseason game against Miami yesterday. Also, I did a little bit of film work. Of course, the All 22, it doesn't come out. You have to know how to get on the black market these days because NFL Plus doesn't have the All 22 out yet, but I took a little bit of film from the replay, and I want to show some concerns I have for Alex Leatherwood in just the first drive. We did score a touchdown on that drive. I do have some concerns on our offensive line, specifically at the right tackle position. And today, I'm going to focus a little bit on Alex Leatherwood's first drive. So, before we go any further, you know how we do. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your haters, tell your mamas. Down in that little corner is that notification button. If you want to know when I go live, when I'm about to go live, when we drop a new video, RJ does his live show. Go ahead and hit that alert button as well. Okay, now that's out of the way. Raiders win 15-13 on a late field goal and a last-second missed field goal by Miami. So what are my thoughts? My thoughts, I'm not concerned about the offense as far as the skill positions go. I don't think we played anyone of significance. We did see some flashes from some players. Keelan Cole showed up a little bit. He'd been a little bit more quiet to the preseason. He got a little bit more run against Miami, and he played really well. Running backs played okay. There was some misassignments. Didn't turn the ball over. So these are all positive things. Stidham bounced back from his previous game, 7 for 10 for 80 yards. That 8 yards per attempt is a lot better than the 4 and change he had the last game. So that looked good. Mullins kind of regressed a little bit, 6 of 9 for only 39 yards. So that's, about 4 and change in the yards per attempt. Not all that great. So cut down's going to be a little bit interesting simply because we have a lot of young players, especially at linebacker, that did a good job and that have been doing a good job. So before we get into that, we got some comments to talk about here. Oh, the Serial Branch, Soto, what's good? What's good is my feeling overall about the Raider team. That's what's good. Sean Johnson says, what the heck's going on here? Okay, what's good? Now let's show this one. There we go. Soto, Alex Leatherwood can't play right tackle. Sean, I have some clips to show, not just the what, but the why. A lot of times people are like, well, he sucks. Well, why does he suck? What are some of the things that he's doing wrong? And there's some things that we know, his balance issues. He doesn't move his feet after contact. He doesn't play with good enough leverage sometimes. And that causes him to get beat, and pretty badly when he does. And I'll show you some examples of that from the first drive. The reason why I chose the first drive is because Miami played mostly their starters on the defensive line and linebackers. So these are players that he's going to be playing against every week. I'm not going to show he played into the second half. I'm not going to show the third quarter when he's playing against guys that are going to be playing in Europe and the USFL and Canadian Football League. There's no use. There's no use in me showing you that. I want to show you against guys he's going to play against, on Sundays, should he be the right tackle. All right. Sinister Rain 89. Alex Leatherwood is a walking liability. Yeah. We'll get into that. Let's say again. Bowers was crazy. Yeah, man. Bowers did a really good job. He had a couple of stops on runs. He came up big in the pass rush. I think we forced 2 fumbles. I think the first fumble that Abram forced against Gasecki, I think Gasecki turned and took a step up field before he was hit. I don't know why we didn't challenge that. I'm not going to, whatever is what it is. But I think we forced 2 fumbles, and one of them should have gone for a touchdown, but the ref blew the whistle, and that's the way it goes sometimes. Defensively as well, like I said, we have a lot of Masterson played well. There's a lot of good to come from this defensive effort. We did give up a lot of passing yards, which isn't ideal, but you have to take a look at the fact that although Bowers did play well, we didn't really play any of our stars on defense. Not like the Dolphins. They played like a lot of starters on defense. Hankins played a few snaps for us, and he just dominated. He ate up the run like he is known to do. So it was almost a very similar. If you guys saw the Bills versus the Broncos, it was a freaking massacre. But the Bills played a lot of starters the first half, whereas the Broncos didn't really play that many starters. So you can't really tell by those scores. What you can tell a lot is from individual matchups and individual efforts. And let's see here. Yeah, Masterson, 6 tackles, 4 solo. It's something that bears a little focus. I don't want us to get stuck on the end result of the game, right? If we would have lost the game, whatever, we would have still learned the same amount off of our team. The thing that I'm focusing on is the position battles and what can help us moving forward. Do I feel okay about our defense? I feel pretty okay about our defense. I think that we were around the ball a lot. I think we were around the ball specifically, just first guy making the tackle, the next guy's ripping for the ball. Turnovers are not by accident. There's reasons why certain teams and coaches create a lot of turnovers. Is it scheme? Sure. Is it individual effort? Sure. It's also technique and how you're showing these guys and what you're preaching to these guys and what you're drilling into these guys to do on a consistent basis when they tackle. Are they tackling the football while they're securing the man? Is the first guy securing the man, the next guy's in attacking the football? Those are things that we need to focus on when we watch these games, not just the final score, like I said. Okay, here we go. This is my first time breaking down tape live, so forgive me if there's any hiccups here, but what I want to do is take a look at a couple of things that I noticed from the game and specifically from Alex Leatherwood. All right, so let me share this screen here. Here we go. All right, so this is the first play. Actually, this is the first play. So we're going to take a look at this play, and if I can get my shit out of the way. Here we go. So you see Alex Leatherwood got caught leaning. Let me go back to that, and I will rewind. So it's not just that he got beat, it's why he gets beat. So this is a play action. Leatherwood seems to be in pretty good position here, but look at his foot placement. You notice this foot right here? He already opened up that gate very, very early. And for this to be a run play, he's not really engaged enough to be able to say, okay, I'm going to drive you this way. That's why I'm setting up my feet this way. So if we go back to the beginning here, he engages, he turns the man, and his feet stop moving. He gets been bumped a little bit by the tight end, I agree, but look, he's just caught leaning, and no strength on that whatsoever. You go back a little bit more. I'm sorry for the clarity here. I'll try to go as slow as possible. Go right here. That's a starter for the Dolphins. That's Christian Wilkins. He is a starter. So it's not like he's going against some scrub right here. Swim move. So smacks the arm with the left hand, swims over with the right arm, and gets by him pretty easily. Now, I will give him a little bit of a pass because the tight end was going to help him double, but then he sees the blitz here, and he peels off and does what he's supposed to do. Inside out blocking, take the inside man first, and the pass was able to get off. But look at this position here. Oof. If he would have had to hold that ball a split second longer, that may have not been too good for us and Jarrett Stidham. Okay, next play. Next play we're looking at here. All right, let's take a look. Oof. All right. All right, so that was a little bit of a rougher play. That's Jalen Phillips, second-year guy out of UCLA, plays outside linebacker for he's a starter for the Dolphins, so he's, again, not a scrub. Let's take a look at the issue here that we saw. From the snap, nice kick. He's in good position right here. And look at his feet. He's basically already beat right here. No contact yet. He let the defender get way deep into him before he made contact. And you see on the other side, Illuminor is a lot further back from his kick. And look at the space that he created from having that second strong kick. Jalen Phillips is right on Leatherwood, and he's pretty much already got him. Because if you have one guy going full speed, sprinting this way, another guy shuffling backwards, the guy going forwards is going to win if you don't have leverage. His hat's already past him. That's just not a good look right away. He got beat right off the line. And we see when they make contact, Phillips, you can't see it from this angle, but what he does is he rips his arm down. So Phillips takes his right arm and rips down the right arm of Leatherwood. So reaches across his body and rips down that arm, and that has Leatherwood lose all of his balance and rips by him. You see that arm still there, and Leatherwood is caught leaning, as you can see, nose over toes. Look at that. That's not good. And got beat and forced Stidham to hurry the throw, and there was really nobody there. Even if, he's trying to check it off, I think maybe it just wasn't a good look for Leatherwood on this play again. Started from the beginning. Now that we know what we're looking for, big first kick. Small second shuffle, and it just gets beat by speed and hand technique. Gets caught leaning towards the end. Phillips bends the corner around him, and was just about there. If it's a quick drop, if it's a quick look, okay, fine. I just don't like seeing that technique because one or two pats of the ball, one or two hitches, and this is our quarterback getting smashed. Okay, clip number 3. Jalen Reagor picks on him again, and we're going to have actually a couple of different angles of this play. Bull rushed him. Again. Wow. Let's go back to that one. So we're going to play this one again. Jalen Reagor gets up in his ass, or Jalen Phillips, excuse me, and bowls him over. Let's go back there. And let's take a look again from the beginning. Jalen Phillips, good off the line. Leatherwood, nice kick off the line. Jalen Phillips, instead of trying to go around him, gives him a quick okey doke and then pushes right into his chest. Look at this now. Leatherwood is off balance already. You can see it. He's leaning, and Phillips is in his chest. Boom. Pushes him back. Leatherwood again opens the gate way too soon. And Phillips is around him, and that is a no bueno. Stidham gets his freaking helmet knocked off for good measure. Let's take a secondary angle to this, okay? Take a secondary look at this angle. So we're starting here. There's Leatherwood right here. There's Phillips. Freaking ref's in the way, but whatever. We can still see. Flat-footed. Boom. That's when you see Phillips get into, look at his arms are bent, not straight out, not trying to lock out. That's what you notice when the offensive lineman, you want to lock out and control the defender. Leatherwood's arms are bent. He got his hand breached. He's right on him. Phillips is right on Leatherwood. We're moving forward here, and look at this. He opens the gate. What I mean when I open the gate is when you open your hips up instead of being parallel to the line of scrimmage, you're now perpendicular to the line of scrimmage. And your hope at this time is to push and guide this defender around and out. But unfortunately, if you're already beat when you do that, what you do is you just make a bendable corner for the defender to get inside. So we're going to take a look at this again. He opened the gate way too early. There he goes. Phillips is pushing him back. Leatherwood's trying to push him, but Phillips has the leverage and angle, yanks him down, and there's Phillips in there, and the party at the quarterback. Okay, here we go. Next one. Same play, different angle. Okay, Leatherwood. See how he's more parallel to his hips are more parallel to the line of scrimmage. Everyone's parallel to the line of scrimmage, right? Okay. Up until right here. Leatherwood sticks the hand out, and look what Phillips does. Phillips says, no, thank you. Just knocks it down with his inside arm, gets into his face. Now, hands are outside to get here. Hands are bent here. Phillips is now controlling Leatherwood. Leatherwood is not controlling Phillips. So that's what we're looking at here. A little bit more, a little bit more. And then the next step over. If you want to take a look at it like an arc, his hips, Leatherwood's hips are on an arc like this, right? They're on an arc like this here. That makes it easy for Phillips to get in. You want to have, if you're going to open up your gate, you want to have a much wider arc here of your hips. And look at his feet. Look at that arc that you're going to draw from here. If you want to draw an arc, there's the arc there. That is no bueno. Now, James got beat in the middle, which is, it doesn't matter because if 92 is, who's 92? God damn it. 92 is Zach Seiler. If Zach Seiler didn't get him, Phillips would have. Okay. So we're going to move a little bit more forward here. And we're going to see. Yeah, Leatherwood's trying, man. But look at his hips. He's already breached his hips. His hips are wide open. His back is towards the line of scrimmage with the quarterback still in front of you. That is a recipe for disaster. If you want to be pushing a guy out this way, away from the line of scrimmage, your quarterback had better be behind you. But Leatherwood, the quarterback is right next to him. He can see him. That's no good. That's not going to work out well for us. So we go in, and there's a party at the quarterback, people. Party at the quarterback. Okay. Here we go. So back to Christian Wilkins, another starter, defensive tackle, defensive end, something like that. And let's take a look at Leatherwood, who is right here. That's just a speed rush. That's a speed rip. That's a speed rip move right there. Let's take a look at it again. Leatherwood doesn't seem to be wanting to continue to move his feet after contact. Once contact was about to be made here, Phillips ripped underneath. Rip right there. Grab and rip. And Leatherwood is leaning forward. You can see his balance is totally off. Look at everyone else is straight up, straight up, straight up, straight up. Leatherwood's leaning forward, and he's the one that gets beat. That rip move, I mean, it showed like it had some strength to it because Leatherwood is not a small man. But look at that technique leaning forward, nose over toes, never good. and he's already beat him. Luckily for Leatherwood, Stidham got rid of the ball quickly, and it actually was a completion. So actually had to step up to let go of the ball. That's not good. So we're going back again. Let's take a look. And I just want to show you what I'm looking at, okay? So we go here. Again, engage. He seems to be in okay balance here. Engage. He's leaning forward. Pull, rip through, and look at even here you can see the balance is off. And he's past him. He's just trying to hope and pray he can push him past, which is what he ends up doing. But a stronger, a more adept pass rusher is going to be able to bend that corner and annihilate. That's going to be Derek Carr right there. He's going to annihilate him. Look at that. Oof, that's deadly. All right. Moving on. So this is actually not a bad play. I think this is the play that he went up against Ogba Emmanuel. I think he used to play for the Chiefs last year. He came over from the Chiefs, and he had some holds up pretty good. And I'm going to show you why he holds up pretty good. So let's look at the play first here. Okay, let's go back. So look at his balance. Look at Leatherwood's balance. Nice kick. Okay, he's balanced. He's balanced. His butt is down. He's kicking again, a secondary kick to create more space. Look at the balance, up and down. A lot different from the last play where he got his nose over his toes, right? Balance, balance, balance. Contact. Because he had a secondary kick, he was able to create more space. Stays in front. Anchors. Locks out right here. Look at the feet. Look at the feet. Look at the feet. He did open the gate, but it's perpendicular. He's not out this way. He stays in front of his man. Hat on hat. You see how his hat's on the outside. Doesn't let the defender get around him. And he's locking out here. Hands are locked out. Defender can't do anything. He stays right in front of him. And nice play by Alex Leatherwood there. Stark contrast to what we saw previous. Okay, so here's another angle of that same play. Okay, Leatherwood here. Look at the balance. Look at the balance. Look at the balance. Let's go back. Let's look at that again. Look at that again. These are the small things that I'm looking at when I watch the offensive line. Okay, I don't know. I really look at footwork. I look at balance. When I'm coaching at the gym, I look at people's feet to see if some things are wrong with their kicks or punches or whatever, how their balance is. It's all about balance here. Okay, so here we go. There's Leatherwood's right here. If you can't see him, he's right in front of Drake. Drake's right here. There's Leatherwood behind him. Or in front of him, excuse me. Leatherwood kicks back. Secondary kick. Boom, engaged. Little leaning forward. Okay, he's still leaning a little bit forward. If Ogba Emmanuel would have done a more of like a rip and a pull and rip, like Wilkins did in the previous play, he may have had some better success. But Leatherwood was able to recover. I'm sorry about this bad video, guys. I didn't get any all 22 yet, but here we go. Boom, sits back. Look at that. Sits back on his heels. He anchors down. Look at that. He's much more straight up and down than he had been in previous passing plays. Anchors down. Look at him there. Look at him there. Anchored down. He had locked out. Kept the defender in front of him. Much better job than what we're looking for here. And that was a long gain for us. Great catch. Okay. All right. Got a couple more clips here. So this is a running play. And this is one thing I want to look at too. When you're blocking, you don't want to let a guy cross your face, because as the running back is reading the block, right? And if you're pushing a defender one way, the running back is going to go the other way, right? So if let's say your hat is to the right of the defender's hat, You want to keep it there. You don't want to let that defender cross your face because that's where your running back is going to run, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this play here against a backup in Zach Seiler. Push blocks down, boom. Okay, Van Ginkel or Gunkel, whatever his name is, he actually made a really good play. But if he didn't make the play, Seiler was going to make it, and here's why. Take a look here. Leatherwood shoots off, gets blown back at a running play. Seiler got his hands on Leatherwood first. Look at these guys pushing guys back. Everyone's pushing guys back. Cotton with a terrible pull, whiffed on Van Ginkel. That's what ended up happening with the play. But look at this play here with Leatherwood here. So Seiler is in on Leatherwood now. So Seiler is actually controlling Leatherwood, not the other way around, not the other like this and like this, right? Okay, here we go. What we can't see, yeah, Seiler would have been right there for the tackle. Again, Leatherwood off balance, gets beat. Let's take a look at a different angle of this, all right, guys? This is the last one, too. Oof, that is oogle. All right, let's look at this again. This is Leatherwood. This is the guy he's blocking. He wants to block down this way. Everyone is blocking this way, this way. The guard, Cotton, is going to pull out and kick out. The lane should be right in here. Let's take a look. Okay, so right here, you see Leatherwood has the defender on the inside. Now, this is a kick-out play, so the running play could go right through here. But you don't want to let a guy cross your face. You want to push him back. Here we go. Boom, they're engaged. And look at the hat. One way, just threw him off to the side. This is not what you want to see if you're an offensive line coach, or if you're a running back for that matter. That's no good. This is your offensive lineman getting totally manhandled by a backup defensive lineman. Here we go here. Hat one way, thrown off to the side. You see that? Crossed hat, boom. Look at that. And Seiler went right around him. It's tough, man. It's tough when you don't play with great balance. It's tough when you have these glaring deficiencies in your technique that cause you to get beat so badly, so consistently on these plays. The issues that we have are that one of these guys is going to start. Now, Illuminor has played much better at left tackle. He may be our right tackle and the swing left tackle should he get hurt, should Miller get hurt, excuse me. Couple of things about Illuminor. I think Illuminor is a nice player. I don't think he's a starting right tackle for a Super Bowl contending team. The last time Illuminor had any type of run to speak of, he started in 2020, I believe. In 2020 for the Patriots at right tackle, and they went 7-9, and they missed the playoffs. And the Patriots didn't want him back. That shows you what the Patriots thought of Illuminor as far as was he good enough to be part of the offensive line moving forward. They didn't want him back. They didn't sign him back. The Raiders scooped him up. Now, can someone get better? Can someone get in better shape? Can the technique get better? Of course. And right now we have to bank on Illuminor being our right tackle because from what we saw of Leatherwood going against number ones, that was just one drive, guys. I'm not trying to pick and choose and cherry pick plays to make him look bad. That wasn't from our first drive. So it's not like I'm going through the entire game and looking at the worst plays here. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. David Kellenberger, thoughts on Webb and Amik battle? You know what? Webb had that really nice hit, and it should have been a scoop and score for a fumble, but he also has some really bad plays, man. He slipped in coverage a few times, got beat in coverage. He took a couple of bad angles, missed a couple of tackles. Those are things that I think the bad outweigh the good in that respect, because that hit was just a circumstance. The ball was thrown in a specific way to make the defender look. Nice hit, nice strong hit and scoop, and would have been a score. But the technique breakdowns on coverage, I think Amik might have a little bit. As poor as Amik played last week, he played better this week. Again, they're going to be backups. So I think it's still a battle to be won or lost between Webb and Amik. I really do think that these practices against the Patriots this week coming up are going to tell us a lot when it comes to that battle. Let's see here. I feel like the downs where we had bad protection were coming from experimenting with the different positions on both sides of the ball. Well, Lucerio, I don't want to disagree with you, but I showed you a single drive. The entire drive was Illuminor. So I believe it was Simpson, James, Cotton, Leatherwood the entire time. So I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Leatherwood was terrible. Okay, I agree. James, what's up, James? Raiders it is, my man. Raiders it is. Rudy Cruz, what up, man? What up? May, I couldn't agree with you more. There's a reason why he only lasted 4 games last year, and why he was better but not good when it comes to right tackles pass protection. You don't get quite as exposed on the outsides as a guard. Number one, because you don't really get a lot of speed rushing from interior defensive linemen. But if you have good hand technique, we saw, kind of a pull and rip from Wilkins, and that's what a lot of the interior defensive linemen do. Is they pull your hands down and rip through their other arm, and they beat you across the corner, and it's alarming. All righty. Rudy Cruz literally got smoked all night. He sure did. Yeah, that one play, Cotton got roughed up on that play as well. A Nutty Raider Nate, yeah, man, that was pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty rough. Tocayo, what's up? We can't cut Leatherwood right now. Can he be coachable and ready for next year? I mean, maybe. And this is a good question, Juan, and thank you for asking it. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all your comments and support. The thing that I'm looking at when I'm looking at Leatherwood is he's already been given quote unquote better coaching, right? From last year, he was given quote unquote bad coaching. Okay, so he's been given better coaching, but we're seeing the same things. We're seeing the lack of balance. We're seeing the not moving your feet after contact. We're seeing the lack of strength when you lock out, you're able to get ripped through. We're seeing the lack of strength at point of attack. We're seeing these things over and over and over again. And the time comes when you're just like, is this just who this guy is going to be? I understand it's a second year, but when we're seeing the same mistakes being made over and over again, it's like, when are you going to say, okay, let's put him on the bench and see if he can be a swing tackle / guard? It's possible. If Illuminor is the swing tackle where he can play the tackle, maybe Parham would be the swing guard center, and then Leatherwood can be a swing guard tackle. Who knows? But what I do know is this play against first team and second team defensive linemen and outside linebackers, Leatherwood did not look good. And I've broken down tape in my head, right? This is the first time me really going and explaining to you guys what I'm looking for and what I see for offensive line play. That's what I play. I was an offensive lineman and I coached offensive line. And I'm by no means the most knowledgeable person in the world, but just out of my eyes, through my eyes, how I look at things and how I see things, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight on what I'm looking at. And not just that Leatherwood played poorly or Leatherwood got beat, but the things that led to him getting beat. And maybe you guys will look at some of that stuff too in different games, just so you can understand a little bit more about the offensive line and how important and how much technique does really come into play when it comes to playing that position. All right, guys. That's it for me today. Just want to make sure everybody here like, comment, and subscribe. Everyone, like you know, tell your friends, tell your haters, tell your mamas, tell everybody on the streets. When you see somebody wearing some Raider gear, compliment them. Hey, man, that's great. Like your hat, like your shirt, whatever. Who do you listen to? Who do you watch? What content creators do you watch? We've got a lot of great content creators out there. Hype them all up to everybody that you know. We're all family here at Raider Nation. And until next time, guys, peace.